selfies. Sorry, doggy. Whoa. Yeah, so I said, God, is it okay for me to buy this CD?
और परमेश्वर से पूछने लगा, परमेश्वर ये क्या काफी है क्या हम यहाँ से ये सीडी खरीद सकें?
Because I wanted to honor God with my finances. Okay, God. Hi, my name is Sean, and I was born in the Philippines, and I grew up in California after high school. During high school and after, where I was living 1 foot in the church, 1 foot out the church. I was leading worship for the church, and at the same time, basically struggling with the same things other people were struggling with outside of the church. And as part of that, got into a relationship with a girl, and basically made a lot of wrong choices in relation to that. I thought I was going to marry this girl. I was about 18 years old, and just thinking, oh, yep, she's the one. And one day she said, I don't want to be with you anymore, and broke my heart, you know, and I was heartbroken. I was devastated, and I remember that I got into this place where I just really, I got very depressed, struggled with suicidal thoughts as well, and just didn't know what to do. I cried myself to sleep for the first month, and then basically for 6 months I was in this place of the spiral of depression and despair, not wanting to live anymore. And I remember crying out to God during one of these times, and I said, God, if you're real, if you're the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, I want to hear you. I want to know you, and I want you to reveal yourself to me. And if not, then that's it, God. I'm done. I'm done with Christianity. And I guess in relation to missions and how I came to be a missionary, in high school, I remember being asked, hey, what do you want to do with your life? And I remember joking with someone and said, hey, maybe I'll go to Africa or you know, do something like that to be a missionary. A few months later, one of my uncles, he came, and he was part of a missions organization in Perth called Youth with a Mission. And he came to our church, and my dad said, hey, you got to go meet this guy. And so I met my uncle for the first time, and he said to me, Sean, you should go do a Discipleship Training School. And he said, yeah, you should do it in Perth. And I said, okay. And he says, yeah, it'll change your life. And he said, sell your car, you know, and just go. And then I said, okay, sure, Uncle, whatever. But I remember something resonated in me about him. There was something different about him. He had authority. He had a passion for God that I didn't have, and I wanted that. And I said to myself, I want what this guy's got. And I remember a few months later, and I prayed, and I woke up one day and felt like I want to go to Australia. I would like to go do this school. And I was also leading worship at the church. And so I was thinking, oh, my dad's never going to let me go. It's part of a small church, and I'm the only one who does any of the music stuff. So I told my dad and said, hey, I think I want to go to Australia. And he says, great, I'd love for you to go. And I was like, what? No way. Anyway, so that was the start of my journey. And then I came over to Perth a few months later. And and during that school, the Discipleship Training School, it just really changed my life, transformed me. And it was something that I knew that I was born for this. I was meant for missions. And somehow God fulfilled that in me, even though He gave me that passion even in high school, sort of as a joking, fleeting thought. But you know, the fact that God calls people, and He called me, and I've never looked back since. It's very fulfilling. I feel like a home here. You know, every time I come back to the base and be around the people here, and who are like-minded, I feel at home, and I'm ready to go fight alongside with them, go to the nations alongside them, and it's a real privilege. It's been a real privilege to be here, and that God's called me here, and God's called other people here too.